Yolan True and welcome to another exciting day in our galaxy. And today I want to talk about wave defenses for a little advanced players. You might have seen my video on wave defenses for beginners already, and now we just take it one step further. But before I get into the details, I just want to say again, if you're not a subscriber of my channel yet, but do like my videos, then please do subscribe to my channel. And when you do, please click this little bell and all notifications so you will be notified when there's another video. But now let's have a look at the wave defenses. And in this case, I will talk about the wave defenses around the Tango system. This is still the level where my alliance and me are working, and we are far away from going up there to the Bravo system. So that will be the case for many of my viewers as well. And so let's talk about Tango. And for this, I made some charts again. And in this case, I don't want to talk about where which ship should be at what time and make a chart for this. No, I made the charts where do which hostiles appear, because that is the part where the advanced stuff comes in. Because in this case, you need players that can fight interceptors, that can fight explorers, that can find battleships, and players that can fight action hostiles, swarms, and Borg. So in the best case, you have 3 players that can last against the interceptors, the explorers, and the battleships for some time. And when you want to do this, you want to keep an eye on the combat triangle. That means you want to use an explorer against the interceptors. You want to use an interceptor against the battleships, and you want to use a battleship against the explorers. That's what fortunately we can do in my alliance with the bigger players, and that's what we are doing at the moment. And of course, you will need a Mantis, you will need a Franklin, and you will need a Vidalius to deal with the special hostiles in this one. And from Wave 2, we will talk about the Orions as well. And the advanced part is that you just need to know where are you hostile. So if, for example, you bring an explorer, then you need to know where in which wave do the interceptors appear. If you bring the Franklin, you need to know where in which wave do the swarms appear, so that you switch places from wave to exactly the point where they will come, so that you can immediately at the start of the new wave intercept those that you have the chance to shoot the whole wave if possible. There are some waves with 10 ships each, especially in the case of the interceptors. That's hard, but that's what you can try. And of course, we are doing this with 3 bigger players that take care of the faction ships. The interceptors are Klingons, the explorers are Federation, and the bombers, I always call bombers, the battleships are Romulans. And so we still have 2 players with us. That's where the small players can come in that take care of the Orion ships, because us 3 players also bring a Franklin, a Tallius, and a Mantis. But for all of these, you need to switch places. In the first wave, you can see right now where the positions are, and they are the same in the second wave. But from the second wave, also the Orion freighters come in, and we let them be intercepted by our smaller level or lower level players that stay at the center. And so for 2 waves, we can keep our warships and our special ships in the same positions to intercept those waves. And then from wave 3, and I stick with the example of the Explorer, which is my ship here for the faction ships. Then I have to switch down to about 8 o'clock to intercept the interceptors there. And of course, you see that the positions for the other faction ships, of course, but also for the Borg, the Mantis, the Borg, the Actians, the Swarms, and the Orions change. And then you need to switch again in wave 4. I have to go to 4, 5 o'clock with this. Then we have 2 positions with Orions for the people in our center that have to take care of those. And that's how it continues. So you switch as quickly as you can to the new positions. Here in wave 5, I have to go to about 2 o'clock to take on the interceptors. In wave 6, I have to go to 11 o'clock to get the interceptors. And that's how it continues. And you see, the numbers also differ. If I go back to wave 5, and that's my worst every time, because there's 10 interceptors coming in. And interceptors are also fast. And doing those 10 is really tough. So sometimes some of our smaller players need to intercept some of those 10 to slow them down, because that's another thing that lower level players can do. They will not survive that, but they can slow them down so that the bigger players can get them. And yet you see the same from wave 3. There's a very bad Romulan battleship wave also with 10 ships, but they are fortunately a little bit slower than the interceptors later in wave 5. In wave 4 you have 10 explorers coming from the Federation. That's where we of course help each other. Someone who only has 4 battleships to fight, as you can see at 2 o'clock, of course can go and help a little bit with 10 explorers. And someone who only has to fight 4 explorers here can help with the 10 interceptors. And that's how it continues. Here in wave 6, everybody has 9 enemies, so has to take care of those. But there's 4 positions where Orion ships are coming from, but no Borg, at least in wave 6. So it does change. But the good thing about this is I had to do some work with those charts. And if you find any mistake in here, please let me know. But I worked for a longer time on those charts to get them done. That's why the video is only coming out now. This is really helpful. I can only do the waves on my desktop because of the crashes of the iPad, but I have my iPad standing there with the charts on them, and I look from wave to wave what is coming. And so for me, it's quite helpful that I did them. And the good thing is I have published them on my Outside Views STFC viewer Discord as well. So if you want to join that, there's always a link in the pinned comment to that. And there you can join. And when you do, please put your name for that server, the way I've written it there, with a server number of your STFC server and your in-game name, please. But there you have in the database section, or the database category, you have those charts there, so you can always have a look at them for your wave defenses. And I did all 10 waves, so that even when you're progressing through the waves, we are not at wave 10 yet, that we can do wave 10 with my alliance at the moment, but we are getting higher and higher over time. When they introduced the waves, we were not where we are now, and that will continue as well. But you can see all the charts for all 10 waves there, and use it for your fighting through the waves if you want to. And so once again, we have 3 bigger players usually, especially now with the wave defense pass, 3 bigger players from our alliance, or the 3 biggest, that join together to do the waves, so that we can guarantee that we can take 2 low-level players of our alliance with us, and then guarantee that with just 1 wave defense, by switching around to our combat triangle enemies, that they, with just 1 wave defense, complete the milestones for the battle pass on that day, for those 3 days, in just 1 wave defense, so we can take as many of different people on lower level from our alliance with us. And so we are the 3 that are taking care of those faction ships to make sure they all get at least their 5 waves, and will have a rest for another 2 days before the next event for the wave defense battle pass comes up. And that's why I said it's a little bit more advanced than the first video I did, because that was just something where I said position your ships there, and then just let your ships, your special hostile ships switch around where they need to be, but keep your normal warships in your piece of the cake, so to speak. But this one is the case where you are jumping all over the map, and that's why it's a little bit more advanced, because you, as you saw from wave 2 to 3, you're jumping, to wave 4 you're jumping, to wave 5 you're jumping, and so you will be all over the place. But that is an easier way to do it. Our ships do survive longer because we are keeping an eye on the combat triangle as well. And if you can manage to take these charts into account, I'm quite sure that you can get a bit further than you did before, if you are not a whale or something already anyway. If you want to add something, of course, as usual, please write a comment. And if you have questions or video requests, of course, as well. And if you just want to say hi or where you're from, then you know that I'm always happy about those comments too. But overall, I hope that this video, and especially the charts on my Discord, are quite helpful for you for the future of your waves. Let me know if it works for you or not, if you can use it already. I'm really curious to know about that. We are doing that, and it's helping us in my alliance at least. And that's why I wanted to do all this work on those charts. And if you want to see another video right now, the next one is right here in the end screen. I'll see you there. I'll be back.